week's Digital Shorts. I have two announcements for y'all, and the first one is that tomorrow at noon, so Tuesday at noon, we will be having our second pop-up lunch at Mugshots. Bring friends, let's eat a burger, it'll be a great time. The second announcement that I have is that tomorrow night, so Tuesday night at 7 p.m. at the church, we will be having our weekly Bible study. So Mugshots at noon tomorrow, Bible study at 7 p.m. tomorrow. Hope to see y'all there. Have a great week.
What's up, guys? This week we're going to be talking about something important, and that's being in the quiet. I'm not too good at being quiet. I've always been the kid who gets in trouble at school for talking in class, for being way too loud, for not shutting up. That's me. I still get in trouble every week at our meetings here because I like to talk. It's hard for me to be quiet. But see, I think it's a good thing to be quiet. See, silence is always key to listen and hear someone, because it's really hard to hear someone else when you're never going to stop talking. But it's also hard to really be and exist with someone if you're not paying attention to them and understanding the things that they say. And see, the same is true about hearing from God. If we don't incline ourselves to hear God, we're not going to hear Him. And we'll miss the things that He has for us and the plans that He has for us because we're not trying to hear Him. So we're going to look today at a young man in Scripture who heard from God and want to see the position that he put himself in to be able to hear Him. That boy's name is Samuel. See, Eli was a high priest at that time. Samuel was being raised by him in the temple. When he went to bed one night, he heard from God. It was quiet when he heard from God. But where is Samuel? He's in the temple, while the lamp of God was lit, meaning God's presence was still there. He lays down near the Ark of the Covenant, the symbol and promise of God's presence to the people of Israel. Samuel is literally resting in the presence of God in this story. And he's resting in God's presence, and he hears a voice call him. And he thinks it was Eli, so he goes to him, but Eli says it wasn't him. It happens two more times in a few more verses, and Eli finally figures out what's going on. So he tells Samuel to lay down again, but this time if he hears a voice, respond, "Speak, Lord, for your servant is listening." And sure enough, God speaks to Samuel again. And the Lord came and stood, calling as at other times, "Samuel, Samuel." And Samuel said, "Speak, for your servant hears." Then the Lord said to Samuel, "Behold, I am going to do a thing in Israel at which the two ears of everyone who hears it will tingle." See, Samuel goes back to resting in God's presence, in silence, listening to God. And what did God do? He spoke to him. He spoke into the silence, and Samuel was able to hear from God. See, we live in a busy world where we don't really sit silent very well. We always pick up our phones, we check what's happening, our notifications, we run here, we go there, we keep doing stuff, we keep busy. We don't sit quietly. But it's in those times we rest in God's presence, in the silence, when we are most likely to hear from God. Just as God came to Elijah in a still, small voice, He often comes to us in quiet whispers. We have to be ready. We have to be in His presence. We have to be inclined to listen, and we have to choose to get rid of the noises of this world that keeps us occupied and away from Him. So I encourage you this week to take some time to sit quietly before God. Leave your phone in another room, no TV, no music. Just listen and pray to God and ask what He wants to show you. And then sit in the quiet and wait for the answer.